Wow. It moved Thor's hammer. It pushed it off the ramp. G'day YouTube, ThunderDiesel here, and welcome back to some BeamNG Drive. I know what you're thinking. Thunder, that's not a car. No, it is not. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have Thor's hammer. Yes. Now this is made by the same mod creator who brought us the Anvil and a few other mods that are on the BeamNG forum. Today we are here at Car Jump Arena, yes, because today we have an array of vehicles that we are going to use to try and push Thor's hammer off the ramp. Yes, we are going to start from the very top and work our way down in multiple vehicles and see how far we can make Thor's hammer fly down the Car Jump Arena. So, let's get started. First of all, I figured we would go from the smallest vehicle to the largest. Something tells me this might not go very well, considering this thing's not very heavy nor very fast. So we shall see how this fares against Thor's hammer. Now, as everyone who is a fan of Thor's from the Avengers, correct? I'm probably wrong. But if anyone knows, only Thor himself can move Thor's hammer. So, we shall see how our various array of BeamNG vehicles will fare against Thor's hammer. Now I'm going to be putting it into slow motion just so I can line this up absolutely perfectly. We'll switch to Thor's hammer, speed it up a little bit. Didn't move it an inch. Oh my god. Our poor little Autabella the front end just kept going, where the rear end just stayed here and burst into flames. I have no idea where the front end of this thing even went. There's part of it there. No, that's the door. Okay, well, where'd the rest of the front end of this thing go? It just probably flew the entire way down here. Yep, there it is. Oh, no, there's the other door. Oh, yep, here's bits and pieces just thrown around everywhere. Wow, okay. Yeah, that thing just absolutely exploded. There's the hood. It looks in perfect condition, pretty much. Oh, that was hilarious. A poor little Italian vehicle did not stand a chance against Thor's hammer. It looks... Did it move it? I can't tell. Hold on. Let's, reset that. Did it move Thor's hammer? I'm going to hit the reset button. Let's see if it moved it. No, it's in the exact spot as it was. So we'll be looking each time at this gap between Thor's hammer and this white line here, if it has moved it closer at all. So now we'll go ahead and choose a different vehicle. I'm going to be going from the somewhat smallest up to the largest vehicle I have. I might not go through every vehicle, but I will go through a fair few of them. So our next vehicle that is around the same size, I'm not going to bother with the Fiat 500 because it's more or less the same car I just used. So we'll be going with a Mercedes-Benz W169 and see how it fares against... Okay, I have no idea how this little Mercedes is going to fare, and my game just went not responding. Lovely, okay, there we go. That was a bit weird. I do have a slightly older CPU, so this game kind of freaks out sometimes here and there, but other times it usually goes pretty well. But we shall see how this little Mercedes fares against Thor's hammer. Now this is a little bit faster than the other car, so we should get some decent speed. We'll slow it down. Try and get this lined up absolutely perfectly. Slow it right down to 200 times just so I can change to Thor's hammer. We'll speed it back up. Didn't move it an inch at all. Look at the engine, oh my god. The engine almost flew out of the car. Wow. I hit it that hard, the windshield went to a no texture thing. But that's to be expected with these, some of these mods. They're not the best, but they get the job done. But wow, okay. So that's car 2. That didn't even move Thor's hammer an inch. I can just see in underneath the car there that it has not moved whatsoever. So we'll go ahead and change to our next victim. I'm thinking, just for funsies, I might try one of these derby vehicles. I know for a fact it's not going to move whatsoever, but we're just going to go right ahead and try this W body here. Let's go with Little Stud. Let's see if Little Stud can move Big Thor's hammer. Okay, so we've got our little derby car here that actually loaded a lot quicker than I had expected it to. Usually I'll stop the recording and wait for it to load, but that loaded in a fairly good time. So, by the way the wheels are configured, I'm assuming this is a front wheel drive, so I don't know how much speed we're going to get going down here considering it's a derby vehicle. So I'm assuming this is just going to get absolutely annihilated because there's not much to it. I want to know if we bend these support braces at all. Get ready to hit slow motion here. So we're hitting about 145 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and change to Thor's hammer. Slow it down some. Yep, again, didn't even budge Thor's hammer. Unfazed by it. Just absolutely annihilated Little Stud here. Like, it's bent the rear end back down on itself. I hit that hard. But wow, that is absolutely insane. As you can see, between Thor's hammer and the white line here, has not moved whatsoever. That is insane. So we'll go ahead and reset our car. There's no point in resetting Thor's hammer because it is just undamaged, unfazed, and unmoved. So until we either damage Thor's hammer or move it, there's no real point in resetting it. So let's go and try a different vehicle here. Let's see what we can throw at Thor's hammer. Probably going to get a lot of flack for this one, but I've always wanted to just absolutely destroy a Lamborghini. So let's go ahead and use the SVJ LP. So I don't know, I feel this is just going to be a faster version. See, it doesn't give me a value here, where down here it gives me a value, which apparently is only $5,350. If I knew a Lamborghini was that cheap. Got the hill climb version, which is extreme aero and turbocharged horsepower, This one hasn't got anything, but I'm assuming this is going to be one of the faster vehicles, apart from the hill climb variant. So we'll see how this fares against the almighty hammer. This one seems to be taking a little longer to load. Oh, no, there it goes. I went to stop the recording, and it loaded. Yep, there we go. Oh yeah, listen to that thing. Turn the volume up here a little bit just so you can kind of get some engine sounds. Oh, that thing's mean. Now, I'm usually not a big Lamborghini fan, but just the speed and handling alone is just out of this world. I know there's other supercars like Bugatti and other brands, I have no clue what they're called, that obviously would top Lamborghini, but Lamborghini is still one of the best supercars out there in my opinion. So we'll slow it down here. We're doing 205 4-ish, 5-ish miles per hour in this Lamborghini. Let's see if it moves Thor's hammer. Again, just unfazed. Just straight up annihilated that Lamborghini. It's just downshifted. Yep, didn't even budge it. So we'll go and reset the car here. Nope, didn't even move the hammer again. Hasn't even phased it whatsoever. So we're gonna have to go bigger and heavier here, I think, guys. We're running out of cars. Like, I thought speed might have been on our side with that one. So let's move up to the Oldsmobile here, and we have a very, very heavy armored presidential Oldsmobile. So let's see if this can move or damage Thor's hammer. I really need to get a new CPU, so when these cars load up, it loads up a little better, but this thing is very big and very heavy. You can tell how heavy it is just by the way these tires are flexing down here. That's how heavy this thing is. So I don't expect speed to be on our side here, but we shall see if we can at least get this thing up to around 130, 140 going down this hill. Gravity will be on our side for this one, I believe. But I still think Thor's hammer is going to just absolutely stop this thing dead in its tracks. So we'll speed it up. Oh, oh my god! Wow! It just straight up ripped that limousine apart. The entire body just left the chassis. Wow. That was absolutely insane. What is that I'm looking at? Is that the engine or is that the transmission left there? Like, what is that? Yeah, that's the engine, because that's the exhaust header right there. The engine is just absolutely annihilated. Still didn't even budge Thor's hammer whatsoever. And our poor limo body has just been tossed down here. I'm sorry for my camera work. As you can see, I'm putting my hand through my steering wheel right now to get to the keyboard. But yeah, that limousine just got absolutely annihilated. But again, didn't even phase Thor's hammer. So we'll reset the limo. And didn't even move it, not even an inch. So we're gonna have to go bigger here, I think. I don't know what exactly would come after this. A bus? A truck? What's it gonna take to move Thor's hammer? Like, let's see if I can get a weight on this limo. It doesn't tell me how much it weighs. But considering it is a presidential bulletproof limo, I'm assuming it is very heavy, like upward of the 5,000 pound range. So the next thing that I could potentially use that might move this thing may very well be a D series of some kind. I do have truck mods here that could very well move Thor's hammer, but there is one particular truck mod that I just now remembered that I kind of really want to try just for shits and giggles. Yes, I am going to be using a Chevy Silverado Duramax squatted truck, just because I'm sure everyone watching this video would love to see me destroy a squatted truck. Hashtag whistle and diesel. This one is going to be one that even Whistle and Diesel will be proud of. Granted, it's a video game, but even in a video game, these trucks should not exist. Like, even my game right now is telling me, what are you doing? Why are you driving this thing? It did not want me to drive this thing whatsoever, but I am going to. And all this suspension work up the front here is going to be non-existent. That's if I can actually keep it straight, going down the car jump arena. I can't even keep this thing straight. How does anyone drive these things? Oh, I missed it. Of course I did. Like, I can't even see. I'm trying very hard to keep this thing in the middle. Slow it right down. It looks like it might hit, but then again, the way the front suspension is, it might just go straight over it. But we shall see. 50 times slow motion. And again, didn't even budge Thor's hammer. Just ripped the entire truck apart. Absolutely annihilated the truck. Yep, and again, didn't even move the hammer an inch. So the next vehicle I am going to try at this point, I don't even know if a van or a Roma is going to move this thing. But I'm going to try a bus. Because it is very heavy. Click on it, please. Thank you. 26,952 pounds. Where a T series How much does it weigh? Let's go with one with a bull bar on the front, long haul special. It only weighs 17,000 pounds. It weighs less than a bus. A dump truck is 22,000 pounds and a cement truck is 29. So the cement truck is the heaviest out of them all at 29,895 pounds. And as you can see, we do have a couple of mods in here. The Peterbilt show truck, it doesn't give me a weight, of course it doesn't because it's a mod. I was kind of actually hoping it would, but looks like the cement truck might be the way to go. So first of all, we shall send the bus down, see how it fares, and then we'll try the truck. And if the truck can't even move it, well, let's just say I have a little secret weapon that may very well move Thor's hammer. Okay, so we've got our bus. Let's see if the bus can move Thor's hammer, or even at least damage Thor's hammer, which I highly doubt, because from what I've seen so far, nothing has been able to even phase the hammer. That's if I can keep it straight. Coming at it a little crooked, but that's alright. We've got some slight movement on the hammer. We have slightly moved Thor's hammer with a bus. It's still just absolutely annihilating the bus, but we have indeed moved Thor's hammer. We have tipped over Thor's hammer. Like I said, we absolutely annihilated the bus, but we have indeed moved Thor's hammer. So the cement truck should very well push Thor's hammer off. Can we flip it back up at all? Okay. We can't even move it with the 100% strength node grabber. That just shows how much force it is taking to move this hammer. Like, that is a lot of torque right there, and it's just not moving anywhere. So let's go and spawn up our cement truck and see if we can push Thor's hammer off the ramp. So we'll spawn up our cement truck here, and then what I'm gonna have to do is reset the hammer just so we can see the comparison on how much it moves from the bus to the truck. So we'll reset that there. Oh, I nearly missed it. The bus seems to have moved the hammer more than the cement truck. I'm actually surprised considering, wow, considering the cement truck is like what, 3 to 4,000 pounds heavier than the bus? Well, what was the bus? 22, and this was 29, so 7 to 8,000 pounds heavier than the bus. And it didn't even tip over Thor's hammer whatsoever. So, yeah, there's that. And well, I've got no choice but to bring out the big guns. We have one last vehicle we are going to try before I end this video, and that is the T80UD tank. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be taking a tank down the car jump arena to see if we can move Thor's hammer. But not just any ordinary tank. No, we're not using the urban camo, we're not using the tuned or the police, we are using the drag tank. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the drag tank, I reckon, should easily move Thor's hammer. Because why wouldn't it move Thor's hammer? It is a tank. Yes. Now, as all of you may know who plays BeamNG Drive and has used this tank before, well, it doesn't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nitrous bottles. No, it does not. But you will also know how difficult it is to control this thing, well, in its regular form. So you can only imagine how hard it's going to be with nitrous. So, for this one, I'm going to have to go into this view to try and keep it as straight as I possibly can, and then go into slow motion. So hopefully I can do this in one try. I will switch to Thor's hammer. Looks like I'm going to hit it, but I'm going to hit it off to one side, but hopefully that shouldn't matter considering, well, it's a tank. Oh wow, oh my god, it's moved, it's bounced Thor's hammer. Oh my, it has thrown it off the ramp. Oh my god. So out of all the vehicles we've tested here today, ladies and gentlemen, it has taken a tank to push Thor's hammer off of the car jump arena. Wow. Well, if you've liked this video and you'd like to see more of these types of videos, please hit that like button and leave your comments down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you know when I've uploaded. So until next time, ThunderDiesel out.